Okay, so let's do this. We're going to unpack something that, honestly, most of us probably just throw in the recycling bin. The tech spec sheet.
The instruction manual that no one ever reads.
Exactly. And today we're looking at the WolfPack 1x4 HDMI Splitter. It's part number HDTV SP06S. And I know what you're thinking. A deep dive on a $100 little black box.
It's a fair question, yeah. But I mean, just look at your own home theater setup. It's a mess of cables and just acronyms, isn't it?
It is absolute alphabet soup. We've got the product specs right here from WolfPack and HDTV Supply, and it reads less like a brochure and more like a, I don't know, a survival guide for your TV.
That's a perfect way to put it. This little box is a masterclass in what it actually takes to get a signal from point A to point B these days.
Its job seems simple enough.
Right. Take one ultra-high-def source displayed on 4 screens. But the engineering to do that without, the screen just going black, it's surprisingly tricky.
So let's get into the numbers. The sheet highlights 4K by 2K at 60 Hz, and then this 18G bandwidth. I see 18G stamped on cables everywhere now. Is that just marketing fluff?
No, not at all. That's a physical limit. 18 gigabits per second is basically the ceiling for HDMI 2.0.
Okay.
Think of it like a water pipe. If you want that full 4K resolution plus the smooth 60 frames per second, the 60 Hertz, you are filling that pipe to the absolute brim.
And older splitters just had smaller pipes.
Much smaller, maybe 10.2 gigabits, which was fine for movies at, say, 24 frames per second.
But if you try to push a PS5 or a PC game through that...
The pipe bursts, metaphorically.
Yeah.
The signal just drops. This WolfPack unit, it just makes sure the pipe is wide enough for that 60 Hertz smoothness.
Okay, speaking of filling the pipe, this is where it gets really interesting for me. The color specs. It lists YUV 4.4.4 HDR and 36-bit deep color. Now, YUV 4.4.4 sounds like coordinates on a star chart or something, but I know it's important.
Oh, it matters a ton. YUV 4.4.4 basically means there's zero color compression. Yeah. Most streaming video you watch uses something called 4.2.0, where they literally throw away half the color information to save space. Yeah. Your eye usually doesn't notice. But this splitter, it keeps every single bit.
So you get that true image.
Exactly. And when you combine that uncompressed color with HDR high dynamic range, you're getting billions of colors and way, way better contrast. That's why you need that huge 18G pipe.
Got it. But even if you have the speed and the color, the signal can still just disappear because of the digital handshake, right? The specs say HDCP 2.2 and 1.4 compliance. That sounds like the security team.
The bouncer at the club. HDCP 2.2 is the encryption for all premium 4K content. If your splitter only supports the old 1.4 standard, the source just assumes you're a pirate.
And it cuts the feed.
It cuts the feed. This device supports both, so it acts like a bridge. It lets your new gear talk to your old gear so the movie actually plays.
And it also mentions EDID handling, which I think confuses a lot of people.
Yeah, EDID is basically the resume your TV sends to your Blu-ray player or console. It says, hi, I'm a 4K TV. I can do surround sound.
Okay.
The problem is, with 4 TVs connected, you get 4 different resumes. This splitter manages that whole negotiation so the source doesn't get confused and just default to the worst-looking picture.
Which is huge for the audio, too. You don't want your surround sound to vanish just because the little TV in the kitchen is stereo.
Right. This passes through LPCM 7.1, Dolby True HD, all the good stuff, the uncompressed theater quality sound.
I also noticed it supports 3D for the... for the diehards out there.
Nice little extra.
And it has a micro USB port for firmware upgrades.
And that little port is actually crucial. It means if the handshake protocols change, you can update the box instead of just, throwing it away. It's good future-proofing.
So really, what we have here is a $100 box that's acting as a diplomat for all our electronics.
It really is. It's the glue. It's negotiating the bandwidth, the encryption, the resolution.
Yeah.
All so you don't have to.
Puts things into perspective.
It does. Yeah. And if we could zoom out for just a second, I want to leave you with a final thought on that 18G number.
That bandwidth.
Yeah. We've established that 18 gigabits per second is this massive amount of data required just to move high-fidelity video through a copper wire.
It's a staggering amount of information.
So think about this. If a simple silicon chip needs to process that much raw data just to draw a picture on a screen, what does that say about the bandwidth of our own optic nerve? It makes you wonder about the sheer volume of visual data our own eyes and brains are processing in real time every single second.
That is a lot to think about. Thanks for listening to this deep dive, and we'll catch you on the next one.